endlessly searching for an original sound.
So hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Kissing Therapy, proper counseling. Let's do this. Alright guys, I guess we'll play as a female. We haven't really done that, have we? Oh, God, did I just name myself nothing? Did I just literally start the game? Hold on, did I just really start the game with no name? Because that makes it funnier. This game is a dark fantasy where evil can win and loot things to good people. If that's not your thing, don't play it. This game is fantasy only and does not reflect the real-world views of our staff in any way. If you bring any of this into the real life, you will just face the consequences of your own actions. First name player, last name name. That's what we're going with. This game portrays some hypnotic subliminal theme graphics. These are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to actually hypnotize anyone. If you're the sort that needs permission to ignore things like that, we give you full permission to ignore them all. If you do not believe you can play a game with such themes responsibly, do not play. Some of these images may contain rapid flashing lights and colors. Do not play this game if you have photosensitivity, epilepsy. Would you like to watch the optional... Nope, I've already done that in my review. But thank you. Zeta is a great person. Day 1. Rose was one of the most accomplished psychologists in the state. She had a degree and practical experience enough to place anywhere in the world that she could possibly want. With her family's money, she could have bought her own research institute. Which is why she had little patience for a mere community college student sitting in front of her.
I think you know something, Amber.
You want to come up here, Rose, and talk to me? Make this easier on all of us. One moment. The music's very Silent Hill 4, actually. Well, it said photosensitive epilepsy. It did say that.
I'm sorry, counselor, but I don't know anything.
Come now. People are openly dealing drugs in this school, and you haven't seen anything?
I'm telling you, I don't know anything.
Amber, these people are predators. They'll gobble people like you up without remorse.
Sounds like a good reason to keep my mouth shut to me.
Things are gonna break soon, Amber. You want to be on the side of the good guys when things go bad.
I thought you were supposed to be a counselor, not a cop.
Rose laughed. She already lowered herself enough runs by working here. She wouldn't ever let herself fall to the point of being a common cop.
I'm a bit above this sort of work. I'm really here to counsel and help you if you need it.
I've said all I'm gonna say. Can I go?
Amber, you're not my prisoner. Come back and talk to me if you have any trouble out there.
Yeah, I'm not coming back.
I wouldn't either. And I'm the fucking narrator.
Another dead end.
Someone knocked at her door.
Come in.
A young, professionally dressed Asian American woman entered Rose's office, carrying herself with an irritating air of authority.
Vice President Zen, how pleasant to see you.
Rose suppressed the frown that wanted to appear on her face, only with a great force of will.
Rose, we're coworkers now. You didn't call me shit in college, and you don't have to now.
All right, Amy. What do you need?
I've been getting complaints from the students, Rose.
They've all seemed perfectly satisfied to me.
For God's sake, Rose, lighten up already. You know what they're calling you, right?
No.
The Wicked Witch of West End University. That's one of the nicer variations, by the way. I'm sure you can imagine some of the more colorful alternatives.
That's it. I've been called a lot worse.
Look, you're tall, you're dressed like you're wearing armor, and you're badgering every student that comes in here. They're scared of you.
I don't mind being a little intimidating, Amy. Fear keeps them honest, and I'm getting results.
Do you want to come up here and tell us that, Rose? Rose, come on up and talk to us. Stop falling in your chair.
Results that are severely damaging the reputation of the school. You need to lighten up a bit.
I hope you are suggesting I just stand by while someone is funneling drugs into the school.
Yes, I see it too.
It would be a crime not to report it.
You got that knowledge by bullying a teenage girl, Rose.
I'd say it's a win-win.
The treatment that girl is getting from her classmates now is pretty horrible.
Well, then beat the classmates. What do you want from me?
Sometimes someone has to make a sacrifice for the greater good, Amy.
You're just a bitch. Just reminding everyone.
Keeping them under control is your job anyway.
No, I think that's actually the camp counselor. Or the camp counselor. That's what you are now.
I just wish I caught the person behind it all. They could still be here.
Rose, your job is not to play private detective. It's to be a school counselor.
I legally have to report crimes, Amy. This is my job.
Kinda?
I'm happy that poor girl is no longer getting taken advantage of, but your methods frighten people.
Then fire her.
Students need someone they can approach to talk about their problems. They don't want an interrogation.
Then put her in a different position.
Amy, I'll be blunt. I don't have to work here. You know damn well I'm vastly overqualified for this job.
And nobody else wants your ass.
So am I. We're both Ivy League graduates working at a quick start community college. I'm doing this because I want to help people broaden their horizons. I like working here even if you think it's a waste. What's your point?
You know how wealthy my family is? My mother owns a huge portion of this place already.
You want a cookie?
It'd be so easy to just ask her to buy the place out entirely and move in new leadership.
Do it or no balls.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't do that when you first came here. You could never stand me.
Is it because you're prettier?
I don't know why you bothered following me here in the first place. You can do anything you want.
Because she's a bitch?
I don't want to throw you on the streets, Amy. Just don't tell me how to do my job.
I mean, she's your boss.
Besides, it'll be so much sweeter when she's utterly discredited and driven out of the academy for this scandal.
I'm gonna make you my bitch.
Buying her school and firing her is too lenient.
What did she do? Say no to you? Oh, she said no to you, didn't she?
Losing a job is something anyone can recover from. I want her to lose everything.
Rich bitch syndrome. Got it.
You don't have to threaten me, Rose. This is friendly advice, not an order. Besides, I am still your boss for now. You chose to work under me when you came here.
For now. Is that all then? Are we done? I have work to do.
Get out of my office.
I'm afraid not. Your mother might buy the place out, but you still have to do normal employee training until then.
Of course. Well, what do you need me to do?
I've been working on some new educational material. I emailed it to you already. There's going to be a course over the next week. Just a video a day, nothing heavy.
I'll make sure to complete the course then.
How would you know if she didn't if you just emailed it to her?
I'll see you tomorrow, Rose.
I can't wait until that bitch is starving on the streets.
Rose rubbed her forehead and let out a deep sigh. She didn't have to be here. She didn't have to work at all.
Something about that woman makes me so hateful. I hate when she makes me feel this way. Oh well, I'll do your stupid training, Amy. I'll pick apart every flaw. I swear you won't be working here or anywhere in a year.
She stuck her tongue out at the door, imagining Amy's retreating figure before gradually opening her email. It looked like there was a single video, but an hour long. Rose groaned. The whole hour's worth of boring school training. She got out a pen and paper. There was nothing she preferred more as a method of taking notes. Typing notes just wasn't as satisfying as filling a page by hand. Reluctantly, she opened the file labeled Lesson 1. She was promptly treated to a view of a community college campus and an unmistakable sound of music straight from the 90s. Rose laughed to herself quietly.
If Amy has sunk to this level, I might not have to do any work to ruin her career.
The image switched to students wandering the halls, a typical mix of young college students and aspiring high school seniors that was so common at West End. Even so, it looked suspiciously like stock footage from the 90s. Far too much of it was out of date.
In quick start schools like ours, students undergo incredible strain. They are adjusting to major life changes and new kinds of responsibility as they move from high school to college. It's no easy feat to balance the pressures of study, after-school work, and romance.
I didn't need to hear the voicing either. The image changed to a picture of two teenagers kissing each other chastely. Rose rolled her eyes. She recognized the voice, of course. It was Amy's. The screen flickered slightly and then changed back to the shot of the hallway full of students. Rose frowned. That flickering reminded her of VHS tape corruption. The file was digital. Did Amy just voice over an old recycled video?
What a waste of time.
In the modern educational system, the school counselor is the primary go-to person to help students deal with these matters. Helping students deal with the stress of these changes is an important part of any counselor's job.
Holy shit, are you... Mwah. Just, mwah. Chef kiss.
This video is designed to help
Oh,
you
come the
deal with
fuck
your
on!
students, coworkers, and superiors.
How is the voicing getting lower each time I lower the mute? I know why. They put the tracks on the wrong thing. The video flickered again and Rose's frown deepened in response.
Ugh, that's so annoying.
Overall, the video seemed like the sort of typical tripe crap that was pushed onto first-year psychology students and people forced to take part in team-building exercises. I think it's just screwing with you now. That would actually be funny. As the video wore on, Rose found herself feeling more and more uncomfortable. Oh, so that's why I've been getting headaches. An uneasy pressure built behind her eyes. Maybe it was that awful flickering. It seemed to get worse as the video went on, but she was still determined to make it through. She would find something to ruin Amy here. She knew it. The minutes wound on, the pressure becoming a pounding headache. She found herself grinding her teeth and wincing, but kept watching. Finally, after what seemed like ages, the video ended and a list of credits rolled along to the sound of yet more cheesy 90s music. Rose almost panted. She felt so incredibly hot. Her brain felt like it was trying to jump out of her skull. She took off her heavy jacket and glasses and massaged her temples.
Ugh, well, that was pointless.
Why does this music sound like Silent Hill 4? Because they're doing that same slowing effect, I think. She'd taken careful notes, hoping she might write down something she could use against Amy, but there wasn't anything like that to find. Excuse me. There were no faults in her research. That was mostly because the entire video seemed like really basic stuff anyone would know. Maybe there was something in one of the other videos, but this one was a waste of time. At least everything didn't feel so hot anymore. Maybe she should leave her coat at home tomorrow. She felt fine without it. The next day was more of the same, long hours of dealing with people that belonged beneath her. She was struggling to keep sane as her office door opened. Amy entered confidently.
Oh, hello, Amy.
Catfight. Seeing her made Rose feel as angry as it usually did, but something in her felt deflated. She was so tired today, she couldn't summon the energy to really go after Amy.
Hello, Rose. Is that an unhappy student I see coming out of your office?
What do you want?
I sent you a new video. I have to say, you look nice without the armor on.
I don't know which one of these two we should hate more, and that makes this better.
You mean my jacket?
Rose wanted to snap at her, but she just had no fire behind her words today. In her head, something from the video echoed through her mind.
A proper counselor is always respectful to her superiors.
We're gonna kill her.
Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
Rose frowned and shook her head slightly. She'd take that woman to task as soon as she had the chance.
Some basic politeness isn't going to kill me, but it just feels wrong. Now get out. I really want to watch this video and get it over with. I don't need you standing over me.
If that's how it's going to be, fine. See you tomorrow, Rose. Hopefully, you'll take to a sunnier disposition.
Just fight like fucking bitches already. You know everyone wants to see it. Amy gave her an amused look before walking out, like she knew something that Rose didn't. It left her seething.
Bitch.
I actually agree with you. I do, and I hate both of you. Pulling up her email, Rose brought up Lesson 2. Just like the first video, this one seemed to be compromised mostly of stock footage and amateur made. And amateur made? Oh, I saw that. It even had the same annoying flicker as the first. Rose tisked and reached to make a note with her pen. She was startled to realize she hadn't even gotten it out. She'd just gone straight to opening up the video. She was tempted to pause the video and prepare for notes, but didn't really feel like it was worth it. She'd just watch the video again if it had anything more than she was saying trite crap as the first one. After all, she had a near-perfect memory. The notes were really more for show. She quickly realized that she wouldn't need to bother. Like the first, this video was just more nonsense. Be kind to your students, be a good coworker, be respectful to your superiors, suck my dick, 9 to 5 work.
It's just junk.
She tried to hold on to mental notes, but the material was just so trivial and bland that it kept slipping away from her. The headache started to come back, and she found it impossible to concentrate. Her body felt way too hot again, even though she ditched her favorite jacket entirely since yesterday, leaving it at home. She started to wonder if she needed a lighter shirt. It was way too warm here for what she was wearing. Damn, just hearing that, I'm taking off my bathrobe, but yeah. Her headache was raging like a storm behind her eyes. Her head just felt so tight. It looks like Suka, and that fucks with me. She absentmindedly reached up and let down her hair, feeling it tumble down over her shoulders. The headache eased. It wasn't very professional, but at least it helped with the migraine. Her head felt lighter with her hair down, and that helped the raging headache that she had, but she was still a raging bitch. The video continued droning on, repeating the same trite, boring garbage as before. Around the half-hour mark, she started to feel incredibly bored. There was nothing to complain about or pick apart. Amy had made something so awful that she couldn't even make fun of it. She decided to mockingly repeat everything the video said to make fun of it.
A proper counselor must always be respectful to her students.
Rose repeated the words with venomous sarcasm.
A proper counselor must always be respectful to her students.
So a heads up, I don't know if Zeta's gonna see this, but what I think happened was they put the voice tracks on the music tracks for this, and I think that's the issue I'm having.
Proper counselor must always be respectful to her coworkers.
Although, now that people have mentioned it, that might be on purpose. Rose tried to imitate Amy's dull, boring monotone sarcastically as she repeated the words.
A proper counselor must always be respectful to her coworkers.
Look, I'm the narrator. I don't have to repeat it. I don't have to repeat it. I'm just up here reading it.
A proper counselor must always be respectful to her superiors.
A proper counselor must always be respectful to her superiors, no matter how much of a dumb bitch they are.
That's my favorite line. You know what? We can actually test this. What? Everyone sees that, right? Wait. No? The buttons, they do nothing. What? What? Oh. I don't know how to respond to this one. I'm just gonna put the voicing back to 100. It's funnier this way. Rose managed to roll her eyes at the screen without really looking away from it. Oh my god, it really means nothing. The buttons mean nothing. It became a little game to her. The video would say something, and she'd try to find a new way to mockingly repeat it. This is actually a pretty good brainwashing. Make her think the suggestions are her own thoughts. It is. It's actually really smart. I will agree with that, Tenchi.
If Amy is this bad at making these videos, I really don't have anything to worry about.
By the way, if anyone's seeing this on YouTube or other places, you can watch these live if you're a patron or a Subscribestar member or an OnlyFans member. Sorry, I had to make one, but it's really only art and video and updates.
She'll destroy her career on her own.
She changed teats, going back to trying to imitate Amy's stupid voice exactly.
A proper counselor shows her respect with her body language.
A proper counselor shows her respect with her body language.
She almost giggled trying to imitate the idiotic drone. The idiotic drone felt hilarious. That idiotic drone felt hilarious. Look, the person up here might have had a few drinks. The hour almost finished. She felt impatient and kind of giddy. It wouldn't be long before she was done with this and could get back to her work. There were a lot of students that needed her, and it wouldn't be very respectful to keep them waiting. And with that, we're not going to day 3. Let me save! No! Rose had decided not to wear heavy clothes anymore. It was really odd. It felt to be this warm in the fall. You give me my save button. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.